Good morning, everyone. I was going to hop on the 1050 here this morning, but it's -3, and my heater quit in the John Deere, my old Johnny Popper, and I don't want to put Ashton in there when you have to wear your coat and your gloves and your toque inside. Ha! So I'm going to wait till it warms up this afternoon, and then we're going to switch units after that. So then we can do some seeding with the 1050. How's that sound? Awesome. Oh, she's nipply. I have to even wear my shoes. I have to wear my shoes inside just to keep my toes cold. Warm. Ha! So, you're like, man, Mike, why did your heater quit? Well, there's a valve up in the roof somewhere that had to come down. We shut the valve because it wasn't properly closing. So I was dying in here due to no air conditioning when it was warm. So it's... The old Johnny Popper's a little finicky, you guys. It's either cold or she's hot. And today she's cold. Alright guys, so we're loading Ashton's cart up here. I just loaded mine. She's just recalibrating that back hopper at a different FOS. She's going to take over mine. Oh. If you're wondering what the crap we're doing with this backhoe, the U-joint did not want to let go. So we're waiting on parts from Bordeaux. But we're not going to stop a drill, so we're going to keep this thing going. You're going to have to plan ahead a little bit to get this conveyor shut off and emptied out before you fill up your hopper. I'll probably screw that up. You want to make sure that Lee's watching you. There, set it off. Awesome. So now I'm going to pull ahead and see where we lifted this bar. So actually I'm going to back up, and then he's just going to push it right over through here. Gets it out from underneath that truck. Then he's going to move hoppers. And everything's going to be hunky-dory here. That's how that's going to work. I got to get going. We're on to the FOS. I better pay attention here. You guys see that? That's good. Perfect. Perfecto! Alright guys, we're loaded. We're gonna go do some seeding with this 1050. What do you guys think about that? Oh yeah, is that so? Well, I'm not sure about it, but we're gonna check it out. So before we go, let's just do a quick little walk around. This particular Fendt is weighing in around that 56,000 pounds and change. It is capable of putting triples on. There's a weight on here and there's a weight on the other inside. Here's my spacer. This big weight had to get bored out in order to put that spacer in there. I'm running about 6 PSI on each of those tires. I'm running about 12 up front. If you're wondering about why I'm running 12 up front, not 10, 10 is really difficult to steer with. Not in the field when you're seeding, it's no problem, easy peasy. You get moving down the highway and you slow down to make a turn, yeah, you're just not going to turn with that big rock up on the front. So 10 is that iffy ground. 12, you have no problem. So I'm going for about 4 bar on the ground. I'm maybe just a little bit shy of that, but I'm very close. We're running a 68-foot Bordeaux QDA 3320 drill and a 950 cart. 950 bushel. All right. Well guys, we are fully loaded. I am at 4.4 miles an hour right now at 1300 RPM. We're chewing a little bit back there. It's definitely a very hard load. I actually want to be at 5, but that's all we got.
Were you running this?
And my actual miles per hour is that, so I got a little bit of slippage. So I've been seeding here in the 1050. To be honest, I'm not impressed, but it's been kind of a rough go because a wiring harness on the drill, it's shorted out on the back of the frame somewhere, is rubbing on something, and it blew the fuse on the tractor, which we're like, okay, obviously there's something wrong, so we hunted it down, we found it. So that took a little bit of hunting actually to find, because it was inside a wiring harness. So that's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Ashton's on my drill, she's just coming up over there. Sounds like she just blew a hydraulic line, so I'm just gonna wait here for her to come across. We're gonna swap tractors, she's gonna hop on this one, and I'm gonna go and try to do some fixing on the old Johnny Popper over there. So it's a Monday. Okay guys, I just got back up to where our shop and trucks and everything are over here, so let's see what we can find. I'll come over in this side actually. See, right up under in here somewhere. So my guess is right where that big line right there rubs up against that frame. That one right there, I bet. So that's gonna be a real bear cat to fix. Cause, get out of here. First of all, look how tight that is. So, those lines go to here. It's gonna be one of these big guys. And they're all blocked together here. And they go under here. Alright. This big block of lines is probably this inside one. And they go all the way back. They go right here, following it down, following it to that hydraulic block right there. So I'm gonna start tearing into things here, try to get them apart, figure out which line it is, so we can go get a line made up. Yeah. Okay guys, so great news. Great news. So I've been digging into this thing like a monkey on rice, and it turns out, here, let me just put some stuff here. Okay. It turns out, see that red line in there? That red one? That's like a garden hose, okay? It's very squishy, very sensitive. It shouldn't be in there. It's inside all those coils with those 4 big lines, you can see. It shouldn't be in there though. It should be up here on its own little separate tab. And I'll show you. Let me get around over here. Anyway, so it was stuck in there, no big deal, probably would have been fine, but it was rubbing on the hitch, and it doesn't take much to rub that line through, okay guys? So I'm in a hurry, there's rain coming, so try and stay with me. So, right where I rubbed it through, there's actually, it just kind of rubbed it through like a garden hose. I just cut it in half. So my goal is, that I'm just gonna stick something like this in here. I'm just gonna jam it in there, stick a hose clamp on it. Oh, great, dropped it in the dirt. And, we're going to be off to the races. So luckily it's not these big lines. I do not have to start tearing off all these big lines. It was just this little one. And there's hardly any pressure on this. This is just a case drain back. All that is, I do believe, is just excess oil, and it just drains it back down to the tractors. Alright, so awesome. So anyway, that's a 1/2 inch line. I don't have a 1/2 inch barbed end. I found this. I actually robbed this. This is 3/8. I found this and I robbed it off of like an air compressor part. I don't really care what I would rob it off of, to be honest with you. I would take it off my injector pump on my Ford diesel if I needed to get going. So I'm going to put some thread tape on this puppy, clean it all up, and I'm going to jam it in both ends, stick a hose clamp on it, suck it down really tight. I think it'd probably be okay, just due to the hose is quite flexible, and I will get the right parts coming. But as of right now, it's go, so yeah. Okay, so I got this thing together. I put some Teflon tape on it, and we don't have really small hose clamps with us. We got a small one, and we got a little bit bigger one than small. So fortunately, hose clamps, for the most part, this one will go all the way tight. Like, you could suck this one right up because the threads go right to the end. This one, not so. That will definitely probably be a problem. But you know what? We're going to try. Okay, guys, I got it together. So Look how much clamp I have. So that ain't pretty, believe me. So now I'm going to take a bunch of electrical tape, because you can't farm without electrical tape and duct tape around this operation. So I'm going to tape these things up tight. Like I'm going to wrap it around really nice and tight and tape them all up so that way they don't cut into any of these other lines. And then I'm going to throw some oil on my tractor and fire the thing up and see how it's going to look. Guys, we just turned on the hydraulic oil. We turned on both fans. We're going to run out here. Woo! Hopefully no oil going anywhere. Nothing on the ground yet. Woo! No leaks. Okay guys, so let me catch my breath. Hydraulics 101, you never ever feel for a hydraulic leak, ever. When your hydraulics are on, you never feel. Even when they're not, you shouldn't, because these tough hydraulic lines are full of wire. And if you actually ruptured one, there'll be like it's like rupturing a tire. You're gonna have wire sticking out. It's a good way to poke yourself, do it a lot of the time. But if your hydraulic lines are actually functional and option, these things are pumping out so much oil, it would just blow oil right out the top of your finger. And then you're gonna get oil in your blood, and that's not a real nice way to die. So never feel for a hydraulic leak, ever. Now, this is different. There's like very little pressure here. It's just like a garden hose line, okay? This is way different. Though, same rule of thumb should apply. Now, as you can tell, I'm inspecting. I'm not feeling for a leak. There's nothing dripping. I got it crimped off good enough. We're good to go. So I'm gonna get the right fitting to put in here. I will just put a fit in here and splice it, and get some smaller clamps. I'm gonna tape these things up like I said, and I'm gonna put more oil. I only put one pail because I pretty much pumped the whole tractor empty. I am just really thankful that it's not one of these bad boys, because I'd be here all day. And I've been working on this for probably 30 minutes, and that's about 37.5 minutes, way too long. So it's go, 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 go. Let's get the crap going. Let's start tying things back up, and we're out of here. Oil's in. Now I'm just tying up here a little bit, and you're like, Mike, I didn't get to see you dump the oil in. Well, I have to hold a pail of oil, so it pretty much takes two hands. So sorry you couldn't see it, but it's not a super high priority. No offense. Oh, I need to put a wrench on the bottom every time. Okay guys, we're tied up. That black plastic wrap crap, that was terrible stuff to put back on. But it will do for now. So we're good. Let's go to Seaton. Let's go Seaton. Let's go Seaton right now! We just switched to Ashton again, or I did. I'm gonna hop back on the 1050 here. Kind of wanted to run it for the day, but haven't really done a lot of running with it. It's more like Mike running, not the Fent running. Alright guys, it's been about 25 minutes, give or take, since I switched out to Ashton, and I just gotta finish up a little bit over here, and Lee got over here with the truck, so I'm gonna go and fill, and I have to fuel. I actually have to fuel before I have to fill. So that is a huge oversight on Aiko's part, or Fent's part. I started the day with about 3/4 of a tank. You can check the beginning of the video, and so did the rest of the Johnny Poppers. We all filled about the same time there yesterday, and anyway, we all started about 3/4 of a tank. I checked in with Brian. He hasn't had any issues. He's been going pretty steady. It's around 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and he's about a half a tank. I just called Ashton. She said she's about 3/4 of a tank due to some breakdowns, and I've had some breakdowns with the Fent as well due to the wiring harness, as you know, and I'm down to 2 bars, and that 2 bars is going to go very quickly. Somehow, this 200-gallon fuel tank that is on this tractor is a huge oversight. Like, why isn't it 400 gallons? Like, 200 gallons on a 500 horsepower tractor? Who is in charge of that detail? That's what I want to know, because I can't go all day. You're like, Mike, you're so fuel efficient. You're so fuel efficient. You don't have to worry about it. You're only burning like 22 gallons an hour. Well, first of all, it only goes to 23, so anyway, we're not even going to go into there. But I don't care whether I'm burning 5 gallons an hour. Okay, I don't care where I'm not burning any fuel. I best not fill all day. I want to start full. I want to finish at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. at night, and be about near empty. I'm going to fill again in the morning or that night. That's no problem. But I am definitely not going to fill halfway through my day. Guess what? Oh, I'm going down the hill. It jumped up to 3. I'm going to fill halfway through my day. It's 3 p.m., you guys. I'm not shutting down until 10 or 11 o'clock. And I'm down to 2 bars of fuel. Come on! In case you're just tuning in, or I didn't include the previous clips, the auger on the cart piled up, so we're waiting for parts, and hopefully we'll have those parts tomorrow. So I just got to wing up these outer wings, and then he's just gonna move this conveyor back here a little bit, and then I'm just going to drive right in there, and we're gonna load it with this. There's another angle. See, we just stick it right through. Then Lee's gonna bring the truck around, and he's gonna put his tire right there, and then we'll just move the hopper or the conveyor right underneath his hopper, and then that'll be enough room. And then once it's underneath his hopper, then we'll just move the cart back or forth depending on which one we want it in up there. Kind of a pain in the butt. Probably takes us an extra 5-10 minutes to load it, but we don't have the parts because they got to come from the manufacturer, so we're not going to stop seeding. We're not going to stop seeding. And we're filling. And then what we'll do is we'll just back up. We won't even move anything. We won't move nothing. We're just going to back it right up. Almost full. Almost full. That's good. Shut it up! Shut it up! Awesome. Okay, all joking aside, we turn our brake off. Put our pedal mode on. Put it in reverse. Okay. He's guiding us back there. Whoa. Then we jump out. And we run like a banshee. And we're loading again. This is how we're doing it. Okay, one thing about it though, when we're loading, like we're really loading. Like we're really loading fast here. We're loading faster than the 1300 carts. So since that hopper's empty, now we don't move because I can still put some more in here. Now I'm going to get him to move so that we don't have to move the conveyor. You get it? Yeah, you get it. I'm not going to tell you anymore. I'm going to load, okay? I'm going to load. I'm going to load. We're just winging back down, and we're going to go do some seeding. Got to turn around. Like I didn't go too far because I forgot I had a fuel. Gosh, Mark. Okay, I'm full. It's only 4 o'clock. I hope that lasts. Okay, I'm just fueled up here, guys. The only tractor I have to fuel twice a day. Ashton just got here with my RX. She's empty, so I'm gonna load that cart with Lee up there. Brian's just finishing up. And we're trying to get these drills staggered out, but it's quite difficult. It's quite difficult. So anyway, you'd think that after all of our breakdowns, they'd be staggered out. But anyway, I'm gonna load her cart. She can take the Fendt. And then maybe we'll swap back out again, who knows. But I always like to try to treat her right. And if loading a cart up, so all she has to do is hop one to the next, is one of the ways I can do it, then I'll do that every day. Except that I forgot to mention that I don't want to stop 2 drills at one time. Never mind 3 drills at one time. But, so anyway, we're going to get these drills staggered out and we'll be off to the races. Alright guys, we're loaded. I did a run check. I did a little bit of greasing and a little bit of hose taping. And we're ready to rock and roll. Let's go seeding with the RX. Now you guys are like, man Mike, why are you jumping from drill to drill to drill to drill to drill to drill so much? That is a very good question. You're like, man, that is not efficient. And you're right, it's not. But I just wanted to go Fendting for gosh sakes. I've been in the old Johnny Popper LC and I just wanted to run the Fend. That's all I wanted to do. Just run the dang Fend. So, you know, it started too cold in the morning. I'm like, all right, I'll sit in the old Johnny Popper for a while. It's pretty cold in the cab, and finally it warmed up just a little bit, I thought. So I finally got my opportunity and jumped on the Fendt, and things were going good. Made a couple passes and blew a fuse. All right, so we figured out the wiring harness issue and shorted the wiring harness, and got that fixed up, ready to rock and roll, and made a couple more passes, and then Ashton broke down on the old Johnny Popper. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fair. Well, Ashton, you want to come over here, and I'll swap you. I'm going to go to work on Johnny Popper, get that thing all fixed up, ready to rock and roll, which I did. And then I took that thing back out to the field. I'm like, Ashton, where's that Fendt? I want to go Fenting. I'm either Fenting or venting. That's, I guess I'm doing both today, but where's that Fendt? I want to hop on that Fendt. All right, so I hopped on that Fendt and went seeding for a little while longer, and then I realized, gosh, the Fendt's empty. Ashton seeded too much. So I got to load this thing and fuel it, apparently. So I got all that done and ready to rock and roll, and then I literally just finished and I looked over the horizon, and Ashton was coming with the RX. She was also empty, and I'm like, oh, okay, now either I let her load herself, which she's very capable of doing and does all the time, or I be the gentleman and give her the fully loaded Fent back, and I'll load it because it's a cold wind out there, and I'm just going to sit on the RX. So that's what I did. I'm going to go back to the RX because my Fenting experience has been kind of ruined for the day, and I'll just tackle it in another one. So that is why I've been jumping around so much. Well, we've had a few hiccups today, that's for sure. But we are cracking now. My Eggtron is actually fully functional. Everything is functional. So chances are we'll go pretty late tonight. I think they are forecasting a little bit of snow for us in the morning. I don't know how much, but hopefully not too much. I like rain, guys, but I'm not a big fan of snow. I haven't seen enough snow. It snowed like 2 feet on us in September last year, and it's been pretty much white ever since. So I'm done with snow. I'm done with that crap. Let's get some acres done. Well, so far so good, guys. We're pounding some acres in the ground. We got all the drills going hard. So far we've been trouble-free. Had a few kinks there earlier on, but got the drills all staggered out. We got one loading right now. Then there'll be another truck for another one to load, and then there'll be another truck for me to load eventually. So yeah, that is how we like to do it. When it actually works out that way. Well, guys, I think that's a wrap. They are forecasting a little bit of showers in the morning. Actually, probably late morning, but they keep backing it off. In Southwest Saskatchewan, if they keep backing it off, that probably means it's not going to happen. So we don't want to run all night and then all of a sudden realize that, oh yeah, the rain got backed off, so it's going to be a long day. That's actually happened quite a bit. So I think we're going to shut her down. I'm empty, so it actually works out as perfect timing for me. And I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a good night.